All right, changing up our cardio just a little bit. Took a transition over to the bike for a while. It gets kind of boring if you're on a piece of cardio equipment. For a long time I have very short attention span when I'm on those things, so 15 minutes on one piece is usually my maximum time limit, but then I have to get off and do something else. Keep it fresh, keep it moving forward. Today's topic is actually about luck, and I don't believe that anybody is born with a big golden horseshoe born up their butt, even though sometimes it seems like that when you're watching these certain people operate. There's people who seem like everything comes easy to them. They attract the best people into their networks. They're always working with the best. They have the biggest amount of success. And that it really doesn't happen like that. So if we break it down into two key pieces, luck, by definition, truly is when preparation meets opportunity. What we see on the external, people who are very successful at their jobs, people who are really successful in sports, with their finances, they have a relationship that you are just completely envious with. We only see the external result. We typically don't see the hours, the years of time investment that these individuals put in towards those successes, right? So they do a lot of behind the scenes work. So first thing when we're talking about luck is to get over that unrealistic expectation of immediate gratification and just like bink, like one bounce of a genie ponytail, and all of a sudden you're going to be able to realize, X, Y, and Z dream. It doesn't happen like that. You got to get to work. But before that, even when you decide that you're going to take action, and action is going to keep you moving forward, you have to be very clear on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. We say this all the time and it cannot be overemphasized. You must be very clear on your goal. You got to know where it is that you want to go. Even though you may not think you'll ever get there, you have to know where your end destination is going to be. And then we break it down into a smaller subset of goals to keep us in action, to keep us moving forward, to keep us engaged. Now that being said, one of the things that can actually be a hindrance to you moving and realizing certain successes, accomplishing goals, is your thought process. And sometimes people, think this is a little bit trippy. So just sit down and bear with me. I promise it will make sense to you. Everything in the world is measured in energy, right? If we break everything down into like its little molecules and we look at like electrons, remember this from high school? I know, it's crazy. You see either energy, potential, or kinetic energy, because energy can never be created or destroyed. So it doesn't matter if we're talking about exercise, it doesn't matter if we're talking about your work activities, it doesn't matter if we're talking about speaking. Everything is energy, and that includes your thoughts. So in order to manifest, those goals and those dreams, it has to start here. And you actually have to program yourself in order to believe that you're going to be able to move in that direction. Now, if you're new to the goal setting situation here, this may be a weird process for you. In order to start programming your head to believe that you can get there, your brain can only put out what you put into it. So let's take, exercise, for example. If you think that you're never going to be able to get rid of some body fat, you're never going to. Because thoughts, they're measured in energy. Those negative thoughts, you can measure them in megahertz. They actually vibrate at such a low frequency that you'll never be able to achieve the successes of weight loss, happiness, joy, and all this stuff up here, because those thoughts, if this makes sense to you, vibrate at a much higher frequency. So in order to get from broke thoughts about your capabilities, broke thoughts about your finances, broke thoughts about your relationships, you have to start reprogramming and shifting that thought process so that on a vibrational frequency level, your thoughts are up here. And then, no matter what you do, where you go, when you set that goal, All right, bringing us all together here. You set the goal that you're going to be healthier. You set the goal that you're going to champion your finances. You set the goal that you're going to have that relationship, that marriage, whatever it is that you're trying to aspire to. Up here, you're going to start vibrating your thought process at such a high frequency that when you're in action, excuse me, you're going to start attracting to yourself the people, the places, the resources that are going to actually catapult you forward at a much higher rate. And that, my friends, is usually what you see when the people with the golden horseshoe up their butt seem to manifest all these successes. That's the secret. That's the difference. It's their thought process. So my question is, what are you putting in your brain? All right? We'll have more on that teaching a little bit later, but wanted to bring that to you just today. So the key here, change your thought process, change your vibrational frequency of those thoughts, and watch yourself catapult just into a completely new stratosphere. Have a good day.